All right, Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor is due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arachakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David scattered abroad to all the four corners of the earth. Now, this is from metro.co.uk. Apparently, this summer, they're coming out with a QR code identity system that will only permit people that have this particular QR code to enter into certain zones of the city. And we're talking about Paris. All right. And you see the title of the article, Parts of Paris will be off limits without a QR code this summer. And this is very similar to the system that they had set up around the COVID pandemic, where certain people was not allowed in different places or different areas if they didn't have this particular QR pass. And within that code, it would determine if you were permitted, based on the color. If it was green, you was good to go. If it was yellow, I forgot what yellow meant, but if it came back red, and they put you in quarantine. So they already got the people conditioned to this type of control, which was, all set up, from the get-go. All right. And this devil's going to clamp down using more, chaos, problem reaction solution based situations that, he can be justified in bringing in this type of order. So I'm going to read through this article and then we're going to get the precepts, because what is its relation to the MOTB? And we're going to get into that, once we get into the scriptures. But I'm going to just read this article, just to report, what they're saying is getting ready to happen this summer. All right. And meanwhile, they talking about how the WHO is getting ready to take over, of course, and they're anticipating bird flu lockdowns. All right. They was talking about that on Redacted. And we're going to see what happens. All right. It's already enough going on. And then if they all of a sudden announce lockdowns again, they're going to lose it. It's going to get a lot chaotic, because they ain't trying to relive 2020 again. So getting into it, it says the French capital, Paris, will be split into zones this summer, with anyone wanting to enter certain areas required to show a pass on their phone. Special measures will be in place throughout the city as part of increased security around the Olympic Games, which start in July. And you better believe this is based off of an incident that may have occurred in a city before. And so now, they want to be sure that, things are safe, and, people show their identity, so that, everybody will be identified, and this is, we've been saying this for years. All they need is the right crisis, whether it's orchestrated or not. All right. All they need is the right move, the right crisis. And they're going to start instituting all these dystopian, tyrannical measures. And now we're starting to, we're seeing that. All right. It says anyone wishing to enter certain zones, including residents, will have to apply for a special pass Joe's Game Pass on a platform run by the Popos and mostly applies to people driving, but even pedestrians will need to show a QR code to enter an area called the gray zone around the river sign in the center where the opening ceremony will take place. Applications for the pass is open today, with people needing to upload various documents to be authorized. So they want your information. The opening ceremony gray zone will be placed 24 hours a day on an 8-day period from July 18 to July 26. After the official start of the games, the zone will be lifted, but drivers will need to show their pass. They're going to still need to show their pass at the perimeters of the red and blue zones, which cover significant areas of the city, while gray zones will cover the exact areas where the events are taking place. The policy has echoes of and this is what I mentioned, the COVID pass system during the pandemic, when many countries introduced QR code passes stored on phone apps for people to prove they have been jabbed up and access certain venues or transport. To be granted a pass, people must show proof of identity, an identity photo, their address, and potentially other documents, including vehicle registration document or proof of their employer. It comes after high-profile terror attacks in France, including an attack on Bastille Day celebrations in Nice, where 86 were killed, in coordinated attacks in 2015, including a Bataclan concert hall which left 130 people dead. All right, so of course it stems from certain events that happened in the past. So now they want to prevent anything from happening. So they want to basically be able to monitor and keep everybody under surveillance, which is ultimately what the whole New World system plan is, to keep everybody under this biometric digital penitentiary. And they want this to be a worldwide global thing. All right. As a matter of fact, let me get this. So you got parts of the world where you got to have digital identification. Everywhere you go, there's cameras. You got facial recognition technology, palm reading technology. So you're just seeing this whole global method is just expanding. More governments are implementing this system. So you already know where this is all going. Psalms actually no, Job. I'm tripping. Yeah, this is Job 13:27. It says, "Thou puttest my feet also in the stocks, and lookest narrowly upon all my paths. Thou settest a print upon the heels of my feet." All right. Meaning, everywhere I step, everywhere I go, you're pretty much tracing and marking down my every move. All right. And that's pretty much how they want it on earth for all people. NIV. And it says, "You fasten my feet in shackles, you keep," and that's what they're digitally doing, right? "You keep close watch on all my paths by putting marks on the soles of my feet." NLT. "You put my feet in stocks, you examine all my paths, you trace all my footprints." So it's going to come a point in time where you're going to need your identification just to move around. You're going to need all your documentation and information about you exposed, to the Internet of Things, the feed, if you will. All right. You're going to have to be on grid. And this is how they're going to be able to watch over your soul, so to speak, and not in a good way. Okay. This devil want to be like the Most High. They also want to, because the article was sent to me about how you have this dude, Trudeau, where he's trying to sign off on coming up with a technology that's going to be able to detect so-called hate speech from the past, present, and even future. So this shit is looking like it's going to be worse than 1984. This man is the devil. And he wants more control. He wants the control of the Most High, like he's the Most High. This is pure hell. So this is an ultimate act of lordship over the people, which even the Lord said that the Gentiles will exercise lordship. Complete control, complete tyranny. So let's go from there to Psalms 56. Because they want to monitor everything that comes out of your mouth, and they want to watch every move. All right, this is Psalms 56 and 6. It says, "They come together to spy on me, watching my every step, eager to kill me." And we know that the wicked plotteth against the just, especially the men who are upright, that are standing up for righteousness. They want to see men of the Lord. They want to see us gone. And they know when it gets down to the point where they want to, put that device in us, that, we're not going to buckle. We're not going to fold. And we're going to be willing to lose our lives before, they think that they can, do that to us. But this is part of them, letting it be known that they want that kind of control. All right. They want all your information, everything about you. Okay. So this is pretty much them conditioning the people for it. And, they doing it under the guise of, well, we trying to prevent more terrorism from happening. So we need to know who's who, when you come into these different areas, especially during this particular event, So it sounds like they're trying to be, helpful. But we know how this devil operate. All right, let's say he should get an advantage of us. We're not ignorant of his devices. All right, so, this is the article, and what I'll do is I'll put a link to this in the description. All right. And I said, what's the relation between this and the MOT to the B? Well, first, we could just revisit the term for mark in the Greek, which is charagma. Revelation 13 and 16, it says, "And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma, a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So without this mark, you won't be able to buy, sell, do transactions. All right. And, that's going to be hard to do. You can't function, you can't maneuver within society, because he's going to cut off your, your ability to be able to fellowship. You know, you won't be able to go out and eat. You won't be able to go to the gym. You won't be able to go hit the movies. You won't be able to go to work. You won't be able to travel. Okay. It's going to be linked to a social credit system. And this device is going to be linked, to your overall being through that device that's going to be implanted in your body. Okay. So let's look up that word, mark, of course. Because you have word association in root word etymology. And that's how you'll understand this and link it all together. So we know the word. We know what it actually means. Okay. An imprinted mark. A thing carved, graven, which means to cut into. So it'll be cut into, etched into your body, your hand, your forehead, your arm, whatever. Then you go here to the root word harax, which is a sharp pale or stake that you put into a ground and make fences. So basically a sharp instrument or tool, okay, which the modern day form of that would be your syringe that they'll stick into your body to insert this particular device, right? And then you go into the other root, all right, from harasso to sharpen to a point, right? Through the idea of scratching. You go to this word, the word is what? Grapho. And it says basically to write. Down here it says to commit, reading B, to commit to writing things not to be forgotten, write down, record. See that? D, to write to one by writing in a written epistle to give information, directions. All right, so they're not going to write nothing down on your skin. Basically, because of this technology, everything doesn't need to be written down in document form on paper. Everything is now digital. So all your records, all your information is now stored in digital form. All right. So now if they want to know about you, if they want your information, they want to know where you live. They want to know what's in your bank account. They want to know what your medical history is. All they would have to do is scan this device. All right. And right now you just have, people already, getting it, but you have different forms of the technology. You got these different pilot programs that they've been rolling out the past year or so. And it's all conditioned to this very system, this technology. Palm reading, payments, pay with your hand. So QR codes is no different. Okay. That's, a digital form of your records. You pull out your phone, you have the QR code, they scan it, and all your information comes up. So that's like a digital graphos, if you will, a digital form of the graphos, which is your records, your information. Okay. So they're pretty much, they're getting ready, man. Okay. And time is going to start moving fast when the real thing shows up. When they make that mandatory. The hell with a QR code. We want it in you. And these other dudes out there that's still to this day in denial, they're going to scramble. All right. Their hearts are going to start sinking. All right. They're going to realize in real time that we were being truthful all this time. It ain't going to be nowhere to run or to hide, man. You got to face this. Because like it tells us in Revelation 3, this is going to try all the world. The hour of temptation, man. So, yeah, this is another control tactic from the elite. So we'll see, but I just thought I'd report this. Hopefully you brothers and you sisters were edified. I'm give all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom.